Never
It's all those
works.
Deftones.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I like the Deftones, see? So that shouldn't be the problem for me. So...
Yeah, we've established that the Deftones. We've established that particular curse is mine and mine alone. So
Deserved.
That's it. That's it. Right, Asta. It's interesting that you were just talking about your cats a second ago, about how they're being super photogenic right now. I was shortly before we started the recording session today. I went out to the shops to go and get some snacks, and on my way walking down to the shop, there were two very handsome boys, cat boys, just sat on. One of them was sat on a bollard. One was sat on like a small wall down this alleyway, and they were both just sat up, looking just absolutely majestic. And I went to take a photo of them, and I realised I'd left my phone in the flat.
Aww. Sad times.
He was the handsomest boy. He really was. It's like I was going to take a picture to send to my partner, because we have a thing that I like to do called Kitty Safari. In my sort of housing estate right where I live, there are so many cats around, that she loves cats, absolutely. So what I try and do is every time I see one out, I try and take a picture of it to send to her.
Aww, that's nice.
Yeah, I wanted to send her one of this just gorgeous little handsome boy, and I didn't have my phone on me, so that's a memory for me only.
Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully you'll see them again, and you'll have a camera this time.
Hopefully so. It always seems to be the way though. Recently, like I think recently, the feline community has become aware of this strange cat botherer who's walking around taking photos, because it always seems that every time I'm outside and I don't have my phone on me, they're all out in force. The rest of the time, Stu is dying in the corner. What was it I said, Stu? What got you?
So it was when you started with the this is going to take some explaining as well. This is horrible. Right, so it's when you started with the phrase cat boys. Now,
cat boy, yeah.
I've recently been on a date with someone who has a full-on kitten fursona.
Okay.
So when you say cat boys, mine goes to other places, of course.
Somewhere else entirely. Yes, yeah.
And when you started saying about being a cat botherer, broke me. It broke me.
I feel like there would be an episode of Brass Eye about cat botherers.
Yeah, I think so. It's about me, Amy. It's about me, apparently.
I broke Stu off. Yeah,
that's it.
Are you not a fan of cats, Stu?
I love cats. Had 9 at one
So you're
point.
a cat botherer too.
So you love cats, but do you bother them?
But not. I love cats, but not in that way. Yeah.
Cats are great at teaching about consent, aren't they?
Yes, they really are. Cats are basically consent personified. If consent were given form, it would take the form of a cat. I completely agree.
So you're not a cat botherer. Cats know that you'll see them. Especially if they were sitting there majestically on a bollard.
That's it.
Yeah, they were like, we're gracing you with our presence today.
Speaking of gracing people with our presence, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and many others, and I'm joined by Stu.
Hello.
I'm joined by Amy.
I'll set them up, you knock them down.
And I'm joined by Asta.
Hello.
Oh dear, this might be the silliest intro we've had in a very long time. That was good fun. Oh, well, welcome back, folks. We survived the events of last episode.
Oh.
How are we feeling?
Very good. I am so glad I'm alive.
Yeah. How did you find how did you find the Perytons? They were good fun. I enjoyed that encounter. It was good.
Yeah, they were scary. But then I linked them to Peloton, and all I could see was like bikes and treadmills in my head. Which is probably poor taste to mention. So.
Yeah, we should. I feel like sorry. We've all just died laughing again because I'm just watching Asta scream and I'm just watching what her cat's doing. Oh my god!
I forgot the camera was on.
Yeah. So the cat, he was kicking you in the head, I think, there, Asta, wasn't he, or something? Just the way you turned round, you just glared at him. That got me. You saw me, which got you, and then it's just all. I don't know about you guys. I feel like maybe we need just a minute's break just to collect ourselves.
Let's keep rolling with it.
Let's go with it. Sorry,
was
Amy.
the cat Asta bothering? Is that what was happening?
Yep.
Everyone's being bothered.
He's still in shot. I might as well just leave it there.
Just leave him there. Let's
Why have
leave
you
him
got
there.
such a big ass?
Oh, sorry, Amy. I know
that
you were
directed at.
That's unfair. We're all sitting down.
That's true.
Oh no.
Right, we will get an episode recorded today. I'm sure of it.
It's just we're relieved because no one died, because it was a close call for Della, and it seemed extremely close call for Chardonnay as well. With what did you roll? 3 ones in a row?
3 ones in a row.
Yeah. So this is like, you know, when it's the adrenaline going, we're all excited, a bit manic after that.
Yeah, that's it. That was great. It was really nice. I all joking aside, I did really enjoy the that encounter last time round. I'll tell you what, those Perytons in other game systems such as D&D, they're not a particularly interesting monster, but the Pathfinder iteration of them, particularly in 2nd edition, they're vicious. They're a lot of fun. They've got a lot of cool things they can do, and they're so flavorful as well. I really enjoyed that encounter.
Well, just to get all nerdy and geeky for a moment, I mean, this is the place, obviously, to do that. With 2nd edition, don't you find? I'll aim this at Dom, in particularly as a PF2 GM. Don't you find that the whole thing about 2nd edition monsters having that one unique, sometimes quite wacky ability,
absolutely
makes every creature pretty interesting.
It does. I mean, so I will be honest. Some of those abilities and some of those creatures do still fall a little bit flat, just because sometimes the ability doesn't work in maybe the way it was intended to, or it's a good ability, but it's not a real flavorful fit for a monster. But yeah, that's the reason that kind of every creature has its own unique thing is really to compensate for the fact that pretty much nothing except humanoid enemies have attack of op anymore, which makes them a bit more interesting, a bit more dynamic. It makes and they make for some really interesting interactions at the game table. So, like, obviously these Peryton creatures, obviously, as you may have guessed, they are very chaotic, very evil beasts. You might almost say that they are chaotic evil in alignment. And basically, I'm going to go into the lore of them a little bit. Basically, they are entirely solitary creatures. In fact, the only time that Perytons ever spend time with others of their kind is when they're mating. And usually, when once that is done, the Perytons either, particularly the male Peryton, either gets the fuck out of Dodge as fast as it can, or it gets killed and eaten by the female. They are very brutal, very violent creatures. It was that heart ripper ability was really cool because it basically opened the way for. But basically, once one of the creatures was badly wounded, and the other wasn't doing too great, almost this self-preservation instinct kicks in. The second Peryton, the one that killed one of the Perytons for you, they feel absolutely no connection to their kin. In that moment, its comrade, its companion, was basically a walking lunchbox, and it was like, I'm gonna tear his heart out and get some energy back.
Well, she wasn't trying to be friendly then.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Okay, I did
absolutely
wonder.
Not.
So the fact that we got set upon by two of them, I mean, no wonder they were pissed off. We interrupted a booty call.
A very violent booty call.
I mean, is there any other? No, I'm not going there. Not going there.
There you go. Yeah. So that's a little
Speaking
bit of
violent booty calls.
a little bit of lore for you there.
Yeah, interesting. I conscientiously did not look them up. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Cool.
Well,
yeah.
it still might all go tits up because we've got this guard lying face down that we're inspecting now. That might have been a bad idea.
He's not lying face down anymore, is he?
No.
So he's been turned over by Della, and we're about to find out exactly what's happened to him. So if you're ready to jump back in, folks, let's. What do you say we do it?
Let's find out.
Let's go.
Right. Okay. So, having dispatched your Peryton assailants, some of you getting by just barely in that battle, and taking a bit of time to collect yourselves to heal some of your injuries. Just as Alwyn has continued to treat himself, Della, that's the character I want.
Not dead yet.
Della has crept back into the main clearing where this battle had just happened, and you turn over the body of this fourth Winter Guard, the one who looked like he was fleeing from this clearing into a tunnel to the right hand side. You turn him over, Della. You can see once again this was a human male, again dressed in the colours and armour of the White Throne Winter Guard. You can see as you turn him over, you can see his armour has been torn open, and much like the corpses of the other guards you'd previously seen, you can see there is a hole in his chest, roughly where his heart would have been.
I'm probably still alive. What's he got in his pockets is?
What has he got in his pockets is? You go through this individual's body. You see, he doesn't seem to be particularly. He doesn't seem to have anything particularly interesting. His equipment seems to be pretty much standard compared to that of other Winter Guard that you've seen. However, he does have he has a number of weapons. So he has a crossbow, he has a sap, and he has a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that you can see that the armor, if you wanted to pull it off him, actually no, it's been torn open. So you can see the armor was probably once equivalent to scale mail or half plate, sort of reasonably heavy armor. But this particular armor has been torn open. It's currently unusable.
Yeah. All right. I could crossbow. I might gather the weapons and just drag them back.
Yeah.
In case anyone wants them. But yeah, that's cool. No notes.
No. Actually, yes, you do find a note within the pouch. You find a small pouch kind of strapped to his side, inside which you find a total of 14 silver pieces.
Yay! That I keep quiet.
Yeah, and you find that, and you also find a small crumpled note.
14 silver pieces. I'm rich.
Right. Okay.
And a note.
And a note. Do you read the note?
Yes, but after coming out of the clearing and coming back to the guys.
Yes. All right. Okay. So
There's
a short while.
if you want them.
A short while later, you return to the rest of the group. Alwyn, you complete your treat wounds unmolested. So roll your healing. Oh no, it was to refocus. That was it.
Yeah, that's right. It was regaining my focus point. Yeah,
that's right. And yeah, a short moment later, you see Della returns, sort of carrying these weapons in tow.
I also found a note. This is what the note says.
You open this. You open this crumpled note. You can see it appears to be a very short missive addressed to a Lieutenant Apollo, and it says, Lieutenant Apollo, the sudden appearance of this forest around the Queen's dancing hut has caused alarm among the populace. Your orders are to take 5 men into the forest, clear any hostile elements, and clear the forest itself to allow access to the hut to allow unmolested access to the hut once again. You can see it is not. There is no name, sort of on the bottom. However, you can see that this missive is dated about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. This says 5 men. There were 4 bodies we could see. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's another one of these guards wandering about that we need to be careful of.
Yes.
Sorry, if it wasn't clear, the missive says your orders are to take 5 men. So you think it's probably it was probably 5 plus this lieutenant. So there may be 2.
At least 2.
Maybe 2.
Della can't count. Again, low intelligence. she doesn't have much of that.
There's a lot of that about.
I know you said there was no name at the bottom, but on the note in general, is there any sort of broken seals or symbols, leftover wax seals that might have been placed on it at all?
Yes. So as you kind of inspect the note, you see you're able to make out, Ryden, that this note would have originally been sort of folded over itself, and you can see the remains of a blue wax seal, which appears to have been stamped with the symbol of the Winter Guard.
I should be aware of that.
Is there anything on the others, on the other bodies?
Oh, I didn't check. Didn't you? I thought you looked at them.
No,
we got attacked.
We got attacked by.
Oh, okay. I'll go have a look.
You inspect. You return to the clearing. You inspect the other 3 bodies. You find much the same on them. You see they were equipped the same. So there's sort of 3 more sets of weapons there. The armor at this stage has been ruined. That would need some serious work to restore that. to be usable. Across the three bodies, you find a total of 18 silver pieces.
Oh, brilliant! Again, keep that quiet.
Sure.
18. Cool.
But beyond that, you don't find anything interesting on these individuals.
Okay.
And actually, as you take a second to sort of look over these individuals, make a society roll, Della.
Yes, I can. Society. I am trained. I rolled a 26.
26. Okay. So as you look over the bodies of these, as you look over the bodies of all four of these individuals, you notice that their uniforms look very well uniform. You see no particularly distinguishing marks that distinguish one from another, and based on that, you get the sense that this Lieutenant Apollo, this officer, was not part of this group when they died.
So the leader is still out there, I think.
Right. How are you feeling, Owen?
I'm much better. I know Chardonnay's feeling it a bit, aren't you, boy? But I'm okay. You're still a bit rough, I know.
Hit, right? Did you say? Should we continue with caution?
Well, it sounds like when we come across Rocky's sister, I still think we ought to try and talk to her first and give her the opportunity to sort of stand down and with what she's doing. But it sounds like we're going to be having a bit of a scrap.
Yeah,
so, do you want to take another of your potions?
I'm fine now.
You sure?
That would be wasteful. Does Chardonnay like potions?
I think Chardonnay might like a potion.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of. I've lost the moderate. Let me get rid of that. I've got two lessers and a minor.
Take one? I think one of the lessers would be a good idea.
Yeah, take one of these. Give that to Chardonnay.
Okay.
He's a good boy.
He is a good boy. Yeah.
More majestic than a cat on a bollard.
Oh, Amy, if you'd seen this cat, you would know that nothing was more majestic than
I don't know. I know a pretty majestic cat, so I'll show you later.
I've been very sad recently. My favourite and most fluffy cat, who used to hang around outside my flat. I'm pretty sure the people he lived with have moved away, so I've not seen him for a while. There we go. Sorry, that's a distraction.
You're listening to Cats from the 20s.
Before we
Pathfinder
start
second
moving
edition
on,
podcast.
Podcast. Oh dear.
Just cat.
Just getting catty now. Yes, did you want to roll the healing for Chardonnay with the potion?
You can roll that fine. That's fine.
Okay. So it's 2d8 plus 5 with a lesser. So that is 16 points back. Chardonnay's a lot better, thank you.
Good.
Yes. Yes, right. I think we're all fit and ready. Who's going to do the talking with this? She's sort of fiery, windy.
I mean, you seem rather intent on us talking to her before it comes to combat, so I'm assuming maybe you have a thought on things to say.
Hello, are you evil? Please stop. That's
I somehow think that's not going to work. Maybe we should just approach cautiously first and see what the situation is, because there's a couple of Winter Guard running around.
Good point.
So, yeah, I don't want to be sandwiched between a rock and a hard place.
Let's move stealthily from here on.
Do we want to go the way the guard was running, or do we want to go the other way? So we had a slight idea in which direction we needed to go, but I can't remember.
Yeah, you were told that Zephimere, Ravathiel's sister, was located via the northern passage, which is the passageway that you've taken. There was no further instruction given.
Okay.
And yeah, as you've noted, you are presented with a fork in the road. You have the path to the right, where this Winter Guard appeared to have been running. You have the path to the left, which has nothing seemingly out of the ordinary about it. Both twist away into the trees once more. Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
If I was the guard running for safety, do you know what I'd be doing? I'd be running back to my comrades. So I think we take the left-hand path.
But the other ones, I'm sure that they would have gone right?
But you say, well, look, the body's like going to the right-hand path, so I think we take the other.
Oh, it's on the right path. Yeah, I would assume that's where the other two have gone. If the other one didn't make it.
You say the uniforms from the three in the clearing are from a different regiment, you say?
No, I don't think so. They just look like normal soldier type things. There isn't a sergeant or a lieutenant.
Yeah,
there's
nothing.
Yes.
No, I think I don't know. Which is the most northerly one?
They are both to the north of the clearing. But basically, if you imagine, you sort of get to the top to the north end of the clearing itself, and then it splits away once more from that.
Okay, well, right is right.
No, left.
Left is best.
That's.
What do you think, Ryden?
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't me and Chardonnay go left and you two go right?
Let's not split the party.
No.
That's
okay.
Yeah. Let's
I mean, it seems to me that at least this immediate area was the Peryton's hunting ground. So it stands to reason that the guards came this way for a reason. So maybe they were chased this way by a larger threat, and if Ravathiel's words are true and his sister is completely psychotic, she would be a bigger threat.
So left or right?
Left.
I think left.
Let's go left. Carefully and quietly.
Do you know, when you go into a maze, right, if you always stay to the left, you'll solve the maze. You'll find your way out.
But what if you always stayed to the right and solved it quicker?
Well, if you always stay to the right, you'll solve it as well. But the trick is to always, it's when you go left sometimes and right other times that you get lost. If you always stay to one side, you'll get out.
If you go left 4 times, you'll end up where you were.
Then you're not in a maze, you're in a room.
Della's just walking around in circles. Look, I'm going left. Didn't see Lando, didn't learn to go the other way. Right. Shall we?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Let's get out of
go
this
left.
place. Yeah, stealth. Much stealth.
And just while we're going, I don't suppose any of those guards happen to have like a spare dagger on them?
Yeah, so as mentioned...
You want a dagger, Raiden?
I don't actually have any weapons other than my magic and my fists, so just a spare dagger might be nice.
Della's going to reach up to her neck and she's going to pull out a metal dagger. I think I can do metal, and I'll hand you a dagger.
I will take the dagger.
6 seconds later, it vanishes in a puff of smoke.
Magic!
I'm so impressed with your magical capabilities. I think you could go far.
I always thought I could learn something like that. So,
I've got a spare dagger. Here you go. He'll hand over a dagger.
Oh, thank you very much. This one going to disappear too.
There's a short sword if you want that.
Do you want some javelins?
Each of the Winter Guard also have a dagger on them.
Della pockets a couple more daggers.
Yeah, can never have enough knives.
No.
As somebody who has played a rogue, I approve this message.
Raiden, you're not big on the old armour, are you? So do you want something you can poke at enemies from a distance with?
What did you have in mind?
I've got a spear.
I would probably be more likely to stab myself with it.
I know you don't want to do that.
The dagger will. I think the dagger would suffice for now, but I do appreciate it.
Okay. Do you want some javelins as well?
The same kind of issue as the spear.
How big
to be
is your
honest.
bag?
Oh, it's big.
Is this Alwyn just trying to dump all of his shit on his followers, like he's in Skyrim or something?
Something like that. Yes. Right. Okay.
Left we go.
Right. So you're heading down the left-hand path, and you say you're moving quietly, attempting to be stealthy, as you say.
Yes, readied and stealthy.
All right. Okay. So in that case, let's have a round of stealth checks from everybody, please.
Do you want separate for Alwyn and Chardonnay?
Yes, please.
23 for Della.
A natural 20 for 32.
Very nice.
Della is so surprised that you've just disappeared.
And 29 for Raiden.
29 for Raiden, and for Chardonnay?
Chardonnay, I'm just looking at it because Chardonnay hasn't got an actual stealth.
So it's just adding dexterity.
Just dex.
What was that?
Sorry, that was someone running into the room trying to be quiet.
Oh, no.
Now he's probably out there going, oh, no.
No, it was Chardonnay, because guess what Chardonnay's just rolled?
Oh, a natural 1.
A natural 1.
God, Chardonnay!
As you go bounding off into the darkness, Chardonnay trips over a guitar that's just lying in the ground.
That's
one of these guards was a bard.
Where did that come from?
Oh, fantastic.
Can I give Chardonnay one of my levels of success?
I'm just happy that Della didn't roll the lowest out of all of that, because I was until Chardonnay rolled.
Well, I mean, if it's any consolation to you, Stu, that was a group check. So the rest of the group's successes, or the rest of the group's rolls, will factor into mitigating some of Chardonnay's missteps there, shall we say. I still find it really hard to believe that a wolf is not trained in stealth, but there you go.
Oh, we washed the soot off, that's why.
That's why he's no longer stealthy. All right, so
I hope we made the right choice.
No, you didn't make the right choice. You made the left choice.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm here all night, folks. I'm here all night.
Spent 10 minutes just deciding whether to go left or right. This truly is.
I mean, we've done better than some. We've done better than some Pathfinder podcasts who have spent entire episodes trying to make that decision. So,
it's a difficult decision to make.
It is. It really is.
We didn't even discuss the third option, which was going backwards.
Yeah,
but that's not an option.
There we go. Right. So, as you begin moving through the forest once more, taking the left hand path, you can hear that Chardonnay really appears to have been affected by the battle in the clearing just now. He's not at all settled, Owen. You can see he's looking warily and nervously at sort of past all the trees. Seems to be jumping at the slightest gust of wind or snap of a twig. The group. Sorry, Owen. You find you're having to expend quite a bit of energy to keep Chardonnay settled and focused and moving forward without making too much noise. But generally speaking, as a group, you are moving sort of quite quietly. You're sticking to tree line as best you can, and Owen, I assume you're leading the way once more.
I think that'd be sensible.
Yeah, Della's learnt her lesson not to go too far.
Progressing through the left-hand tunnel of this pathway, you're progressing forwards. You're keeping low. You're keeping quiet. As you progress through this tunnel, Alwyn, you'll notice this first as you are leading the way. As you're progressing further through this tunnel, you start to see ahead of you. You start to see a warm glow emanating from an area somewhere ahead of you, just out of sight. The tunnel kind of bends around to the right hand side, and you start to see this warm glow, which, as you get a bit closer, it seems to flicker, perhaps as though being cast by some sort of fire. And as you start to get a bit closer still, you all start to hear ahead of you. You hear the sound. You hear the sound of laughter. A group of. You're not sure how many individuals ahead of you. You hear the sounds. You hear the sounds of laughter. You hear both male and female voices. You hear the sound of bottles being clink together, cheering and laughing, and just a little bit of the soft tones of a drum and perhaps a lute you can hear being played very gently ahead of you. You can't see the source of any of this just yet. What would you like to do?
I'll stop everyone and sort of point and put a hand over the ear to draw everyone's attention to all this. And I'm going to suggest very quietly that we all get down onto our hands and knees and start crawling forward so that we present less of a visible target. Quietly.
Yes.
Sneaky looking.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Sounds like it's a tavern, but surely not.
Forest? No.
On fire.
Just purely out of paranoia of sort of arcane knowledge. I'm going to plug my ears.
So, so Ryden, you cover your ears, you plug your ears as you begin to move forwards. And what's everyone else doing? We're progressing forwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to get down onto his hands and knees to, be hopefully a bit more stealthy.
Sure.
Chardonnay's a small wolf, so.
I mean, that sounds like you want to roll another stealth check if you're unhappy with. I mean, if one person's rolling again, you're all rolling again.
I mean, I feel like getting down on hands and knees will create more noise, personally.
You don't think so? Right. Okay.
We're already being quiet.
All right. Okay.
It's okay.
We won't then. We won't.
Okay. You continue as
sneaking.
Continue as you are. All right. Okay. So as you continue sneaking forwards a little further, the glow of this what clearly seems to be firelight begins to intensify as it flickers ahead of you, and as you get closer, you start to hear all of these sounds more clearly. Obviously, with the exception of Ryden, who has blocked her ears. In addition to the sight, the flickering of this fire ahead of you, the sounds of these people perhaps reveling ahead of you, you start to smell. Some quite strong smells. You start to smell the tantalising scent of roasted meat, as if cooked freshly over fire. Mixed in with this, you can smell that there is a very almost incense-like smell of spice, and you get Alwyn, I think you would notice this as sort of being the person most attuned to the smell of alcohol. You get the smell of wine and ale just lingering ahead of you. Kind of like you've just walked into like a really busy, really nice bar when you get that kind of smell that hits you. And as you kind of come around this turning itself, you see there is a small clearing ahead of you, in which you can see that there is a large campfire burning. The campfire burns before a now wrecked house or building of some sorts that squats beneath the eaves of the forest. You see a tree appears to have sprung up in the midst of this building. It has lifted the roof clear of the building itself. It appears that the building itself was once a tavern. Around the fire, you can see that there have been a number of logs arrayed as if to serve as seats, and as you glance around further, you see the ground in this area is littered with what appear to be empty wine bottles, sort of drained ale flagons. You see a couple of empty barrels lying off to one side. Sharpened sticks, clearly for roasting some manner of food over the fire, all across the ground. And you can see that in this clearing, there are seven individuals sat around the fire. You see three of them appear to be dressed in simple merchant's clothes. One of them is dressed in the uniform of the Winter Guard, and there are three individuals who resemble very comely women, sort of dressed in thick furs with sort of long hair. One of which is the colour of red wine. The other two are sort of more dusky browns. One almost too black. And you can see that they appear to be making very, very merry. The individual in the uniform of the Winter Guard is sat playing what looks to be a lute badly. One of the merchants is gently tapping on a hand drum, almost like a baron type thing in time. And you can see that All of these individuals ahead of you are swaying and singing and are clearly drunk as they sing along. You can see that the forest itself continues past this gathering, and you can see there on the far side of the clearing, sort of past the campfire, there is another tunnel that leads off, you presume, to the west.
My suggestion is that we don't engage.
Just move through the trees around them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're alright. They look like they're just having a good time.
But it's a white guard. And
he's drunk.
Yeah. Let's leave alone.
Isn't the Winter Guard Baba Yaga's guard?
No. The Iron Guard. The Iron Guard were the original police force of Whitethrone. Yeah. The Winter Guard are the ones who Elvana replaced them with. They're loyal to her.
Yeah.
Which you know from your previous interactions.
Yeah.
I mean, after our last interaction, I'd be happy to avoid another one right now. Right. Obviously, Ryden can't hear this conversation. So, I hope...
It's a shame because, we could do with a sit down and,
You just had to sit down.
Smells like good hay.
Yeah,
but we're on a mission.
You can see the as you're having this conversation, the Winter Guardsman with this sort of battered looking loot. He finishes playing. He stands up to great cheers from all around the fire. He takes a bow. You see one of the dark-haired women sort of stands up, fills a goblet, like a small wooden goblet. Well, not even small, quite a large wooden goblet of wine for him, and he stands, puts the loot down, takes the wine, and drains the cup in a single motion, and sort of slams it onto his head upside down, and cheers once more to the adulation of this small crowd.
You see, they're clearly not normal. That was not deserving of an applause.
I mean, I'm having to stop myself from applauding, so,
Yeah, well, don't start applauding. That would... Yeah, but we should go.
One, it's impressive.
Yeah.
I bet I could beat him at a drinking competition.
Now's not the time to find out. You've got a bottomless thing.
I know, exactly.
As you sit whispering in the tree line, you can see this merriment continues. The party they seem to engage in a quick round of drinking. You watch everybody present fills their cups. They toast each other quickly. Take hearty drinks, and once again you hear the drum and the lute begin to play, and you watch as the three women, two of them get to their feet and start pulling people to their feet. They look as if they're about to start dancing.
Now's our chance.
So it's worth noting that none of these individuals appear to have seen you so far.
Hopefully, we should go.
Yes, let's go round then. Yes.
Right. So to go round them, the clearing itself is quite narrow. You can see that you're going to have to pass quite close to the campfire itself, but it's certainly possible for the group to sneak past. However, go on.
Would we be able to stay out the light on the campfire?
It's going to be difficult to do so, but certainly not impossible. With as drunk as this group seems, you imagine you probably could, if you are all quiet enough to sneak past.
Cool.
But if you wish to try and sneak past the group, I'm going to require another round of stealth checks from everyone, please.
See, I'm really surprised you don't want to play drunken merchants at cards.
Nothing good will come of that.
You can see that these merchants are dressed in sort of quite fine silks and robes, sort of nice warm-looking fur shawls.
Yeah. How far away are we from the Perytons? Like how long were we walking for?
You've been walking for perhaps a minute.
See, how are they here with all the lat-ruckers?
I don't know.
Yeah, listen, we're just going. Anyway, stuff checks.
Shh, that dice roll was really loud.
I know, sorry. If they didn't hear that, they might do with this roll.
Right, Alwyn, what you got?
Alwyn got a dirty 20, Chardonnay got 22.
Chardonnay got 22, very nice. Della?
I got 23 again.
23. And Ryden?
Natural 20 for a 31.
31. Very, very nice. However, was it enough? So yeah, as you begin to creep around the fringes of the firelight, making your way around the edge of this clearing, you actually make good progress. You sort of wait as you see a number of these individuals beginning to rise to their feet. They start to play a jaunty tune on the lute and the drum, and you watch as two of these women, the two darker haired individuals, begin to dance with two of the merchants. It's a very, very jovial atmosphere in this clearing, and you think they seem sufficiently distracted as they're capering and celebrating, and you begin to creep around the edge of the clearing, and you get about halfway round, and just as you get about halfway round, you see one of these individuals sort of stumbles slightly, falls backwards and knocks the campfire, causing it to flare briefly for a second. This flare of fire illuminates all of your faces for a second, and you see as the red-haired woman happens to be looking in your direction as this happens. Your faces are illuminated, and she clearly spots you. And as she spots you, you see her face breaks into a smile, even wider than perhaps it was already. And this woman gets to her feet, her red hair cascading down most of her back as she does so. And she looks over at all of you, and she says, "What time do you call this? You're late for my party." And that is where we end for tonight.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Alexander Nakarada and editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Ryden's just there like, what'd she say? What?
What's going on?
Why have we stopped moving?
Oh, no. Oh.
Wow. We're late.
Oh,
Very
no.
important late. Yeah. Anyone else getting like Alice in Wonderland vibes?
Yes.
No. But I'm not good at stuff like that, so.
But, like Alice in Wonderland, but a bit more stabby. A bit more Alice in Sunderland.
But we've not been eating or drinking anything, and
Alice in Sunderland, fantastic, amazing. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is can be quite stabby if you read it in the right way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Red Queen's really quite violent. Red Queen, Queen of Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
yes.
Ooh, well, looks like we're going to be having a drink after all. What a shame.
Yeah. Well, I tried. I guess we'll have
Get
some
your
fun.
cards out now and win some money off them all.
What time of day is it?
You've got no idea. You've been like the canopy of this forest completely obscures the sky above. You've been in here. You have been going for quite a while. Is all I'll say. So maybe you're ready to welcome a sit by the fire. Who knows?
Maybe. Oh, something's wrong about this. I don't like it. Obviously.
Drinking contest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wondering if she's the woman we're trying to find.
I think so.
I mean, red hair, fire, you know.
Yeah.
And
Not until she started talking, though.
Hey, look at my notes. I'm sure there was something about a tree.
Ooh.
Tree?
Dom's nodding.
I mean, there's a lot of trees.
He told us about this.
I'm nodding like a proud father because Asta's note-taking ability is one of the reasons I wanted to get on this podcast.
Yeah, it says here. Sorry, I still can't pronounce her name. Zephimere?
Zephimere.
Zephimere, but whatever works for you.
I've got written down that she's mad, was on the path to the northeast, and there was a grand tree. And Dom described that building had a ginormous tree through the middle of it.
Oh, that would have been helpful to...
and
there is what
also
remains of
fiery
a
and she's all fiery and stuff, and that's a redhead and
Fiery. It's because her name
Noctichuck
is
spells
Windy,
it.
so I wasn't expecting red.
Like Zephyr.
Sophia, yeah.
See, there's a wind connection. Yeah, and we're not to chuck spells at her, because that would go horribly, horribly wrong. So Rocky told us.
Most of Ryden's spells will not be particularly helpful.
Maybe I can play the flute again.
Fine. Got a dagger.
Yeah, that'll do.
Owen can
Dagger in
drink
the
her
eye.
under the table. It'd be fine.
I'll steal all their money. Done.
There's something for everyone here, and you almost walk past them.